Some of the people who blasphemed against TB Joshua and the work of the Holy Spirit at the Synagogue Church of All Nations went to great lengths to carry out their spiteful acts of wickedness. Listen to the case of this man who employed a wide variety of media to blacken the name and reputation of TB Joshua and the Synagogue Church of All Nations.
My name is Shegun. I'm a freelance writer. I do reside at Ikotun, Lagos here. The first man that came out here to, made his confession is a very good friend of mine. We do carry out a lot of mission, exercise, and havoc to men of God, churches, and crusade centers alike. As a matter of fact, we had this kind of write-up. It's all about blackmailing you and blaspheming against the ministry, your personality, and things like that. We wrote it and we said that you are the manifestation of the Antichrist.
Which cult are you belong to?
Black Earth, sir. The manifestation of the Antichrist by Shegun. This is a short Bible reference. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth's surface in the sight of men, and deceive them with numerous miracles. Revelation 13, verse 13 to 14. On this short Bible reference on this short note from the Bible, I started off my note of warning to Christians and believers alike that we should all beware, because the real Antichrist has come to stay in our midst. Lagosians, it's high time we stop being gullible to miracle centers, crusade, and churches. In the outskirts of Lagos metropolis, in a suburb area called Ikotun, from Oshodi, take a bus to Ikotun. On getting to the last bus stop, you will hear of a bus stop cry called Synagogue. You drop and have a look. Synagogue. Yes, that is where the Antichrist have got his magical center of attraction, where the so-called man of God uses spell and black magic power to trick Lagosians, all in the name of miracle. Having a close look at the church is not even worthy for it to be called with such sacred name. You will find a roundabout like of pulpit or altar. Strange things shall never case. Among the erstwhile Orthodox and Pentecostal churches, I found no such kind of altar, or is it pulpit? This is where the church's greatest power is rested, and most of the time, the so-called man of God will stand in this altar to perform his numerous congregational deceits miracle. There was a day I went there. It happened to be the last Wednesday in the month of August 1997. I was astonished at the great multitude that came. Not all alone, but with various kind of containers, especially the 50 liters kind of jerry can. A lot of buying and selling, which Christ abolished in the real synagogue of old, is what is right. It's what is going on right there in the so-called church. The leader even have the God to name his church synagogue, giving no reverence to God's own special name. If the so-called man of God is by name Shangodeyi or Yatunde, I wouldn't have been surprised. But I got to understand it's by a fine name, Temitope Joshua. I will rest here now, but I promise my readers to unleash a lot of secrets about the manifestation of this Antichrist. In conclusion, I will appeal to the federal government and those are the helms of authority of Christian Association of Nigeria to set up what I call Operation Total Eradication of False Prophets and Antichrist in order to save the Christian sanity. This very one is a part. This is another write-up. In our bid of, reading out this publicity and making it known to the public, we went as far as approaching them at AIT. In order to, because we have the power, there's no force we cannot penetrate into, and you always do our bid. We get ourselves involved in homosexuality, we rape girls, we carry out a lot of bad things and things like that. In the process of this, our leader, the two of us had an accident then. He died, but I don't know why God, spared me. We even went as far as making it live on here. There's a letter there that is the managing director, that communication PMD 100, AIT Drive, Alagbado, Lagos. This content, will elaborate more on what we have at the back. We just tweeted that is more or less of this kind of youth entertainment, talk chat show that we just really want to, get some youth involved. But what we had at the back of our mind then is to make sure that we publish this very article in my hand. And in the process of it, we even went as far as going to banks. You can see this, a seal of Wema Bank, you know, acknowledging our letter and some other. We even went as far as going about getting loans in order to carry out, you know, these projects in our hands. So,
as you have heard, this man used his occultic power to penetrate the ranks of television and publication media houses to spread his blasphemous allegations concerning the happenings at the Synagogue Church of All Nations. His confession further emphasizes the evil world in which we live and the need to be watchful and prayerful at all times. Jesus said in the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 41, "Watch and pray, that you may not fall into temptation." In a world that cares less, we should care more.